Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Astrologer Eric Rosen for your Viking Rising Daily Horoscope for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you're ready to get down on Sun South Node in Libra Day. Can you allow yourself to be guaranteed the justice in your life? Especially spiritually speaking, I think this can be a liberation day of sorts for everyone. When it comes to the justice spiritually in your own life, to see that you are a boundless soul with infinite possibilities of creation. And I think with this moon in Scorpio, it's asking yourself, are you going to find those fringes of that passion, of that tenacity to go out and create those things in your life? With whatever it is that you're creating, whether it's dealing with the job situation, money situation, relationships, projects, just anything that makes you feel your worth and value, that's a contribution to the collective, to, your community and so forth. There's always can sometimes, not always, but there can be a monotony sometimes, right? The day-to-day building process. There's parts that sure we like and don't like, but Mars and the moon in Scorpio remind us that we know deep down what we like. And so it's those days when we really focus on the things that we really do like, and we dive into that passion. It shifts our vibration, it ripples outward. It's good for us, it's good for the collective. And these are those types of days where it can feel like a big W, it can feel like a big win. This doesn't have to be a loser-esque type day where you almost have to create your own lies and then feed them to yourself, that life is unfair or there's an unjust relationship situation, or that you're still not able to somehow figure things out. If you're someone that feels like you're too stuck on figuring things out, especially weighing things out, like guilty, not guilty, yes, no type energy, then you probably need to check your pulse. With this astrology, I'll be honest, to see, like, are you actually awake and alive? Like, are you paying attention to, the activations that have been coming for everybody spiritually, with especially the past 3 years, the way Saturn activated Pluto in Capricorn, and the fact that the sun, when it's done with the South Node, is going to start to make its aspects over to Pluto, and get this reminder that we've learned a lot. We've dug really deep. We've tore up a lot of concrete, and maybe even caused ourselves more pain and hardship that we needed to maybe kind of get down to the truth of the boss mode reality of like what we want to create, as opposed to going out and creating it, because we were making it too much about the external reality and not realizing that the boss lies within. And so this is one of those days where you can do that justice for yourself. Like, you don't have to wait, you don't have to play Chutes and Ladders with Alice in Wonderland and not actually advance forward and actually move past not just the world media propaganda, but also the propaganda in your own life of making up excuses and reasons why you can't do something, especially if it's coming from your rational mind. I think that's the biggest warning flag today, is like where we can actually run a very convincing, persuasive argument to ourselves on why we can't do something, and actually have ourselves believe that bullshit. This is way more about digging deep from within and feeling what is that just intuitive knowing of your truth, of what you want to do, and then you spread it like wildfire. Once you know what you want, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to go for. I don't think we need to trip ourselves out so much on the methodology, because that can get into like weird persecution runes about what's too taboo, of how to vocalize ourselves, or especially how we identify, and just really put that intensity of our energy out there. And so even if the intensity of the energy is not like felt in people's faces, it's like you can still feel it within yourself and still ripple that powerful vibration outward into the things that you're creating, and to actually alchemize any feelings of, if anything is felt stale. This is definitely renewal energy. This is renewal energy, and I think this is a day to just like really focus on that determined path of where we're going, and create some of the best things that you can possibly create in your reality. Don't Don't throw away this energy. Don't get into Tweedledee, Tweedledum, Alice in Wonderland territory and watching that rerun over and over again, and drama and just other just fictitious situations that we don't need to waste our thoughts on and get into some weird subconscious maze of like creating our own distraction theater. There's just way too much goodness that can come from today. So, you know, my best advice is to be happy with whatever the outcome is, because this could be a day where maybe the energy that we feel maybe feels a little bit better than even just the physical outcome of it, as the sun is dealing with, you know, coming off of and going into more aspects with outer planets. So it's a little bit more of a spiritual sort of journey than anything. But I think those are those opportunities where we can do the pick me up energy if we're not feeling good about something physical in our reality, and not getting into looping thoughts about what to change, you know, that weighing things out energy, and just go more into the satisfaction energy of being satisfied of what the energy is, and going back to the basics, you know, that if we're taking steps, if we're doing our best work, if we're putting a positive vibration in it and it's in spiritual alignment, then how can it possibly be wrong? And of course, we set ourselves up better for the next day and the days to come with momentum by being in a higher vibration that is at least spiritually satisfied with the creations of what we're doing, and not so much worried about the actual physical stuff that can take us into the doldrums of our reality. If you'd like to get a private astrology reading, you can go ahead and click that link in that bio. They're available. I do them on Zoom. You get a recording afterwards. I go deep into my astrology readings. I don't think I talk about that enough. I think sometimes people think, you know, astrology readings, they've had one before, or a certain astrologer, that it goes a certain way. Not bad-mouthing anybody, but I go deep into mine. I channel. I get deep into the guidance and the territory and even the shadow aspects and the determination for your soul's growth and expansion, for a deeper sense of purpose. If you need to cut off a relationship, I will not lie to you. If you need to, you know, like weigh things out in a situation that has actually already been determined in your soul, I'm going to help you identify that. So if you want to get in on that, click that link in that bio. Love you all. Have a good Tuesday. See ya.